Welcome back to our 250 acre farm. My name is Orion, this is my mum, and together we are going to be building a campsite in an effort to diversify the land. Oh, and by the way, we have absolutely no idea what we're doing, so make sure you hit subscribe and follow along every single Wednesday and Sunday as we learn how to do everything from scratch. Last time we toured the land in an effort to find out which would be the best field to put our campsite, and we narrowed it down to two options. This is option number 1 and this is option number 2. So today we will be camping on option number 2 as the autumn season comes to an end, so we can make absolutely sure that this isn't the best option. Oh, and a massive thank you to today's sponsor Bluetti, because they have sent me the AC70 portable power station to showcase how good it is to bring camping but also use it off grid around the land. So I think we whip out the knife and get the box opened. All right, box is open. We've got a nice little handle to take it out. Oh yeah, look at this. So first things first, it looks like it comes with appropriate cables to charge and hook up to a solar panel if we need to, helping with greener energy. We have got the very important manuals that we're going to need to go through because I am hopeless without a manual. And then the bad boy itself, the battery, which is actually surprisingly light. Oh yeah, look at that. That is a good piece of kit. One of the first things I am noticing about this battery is how sleek the design is. It actually feels incredibly well made. It doesn't feel cheap. It feels expensive. And the ports that it comes with are crazy. We have got our DC input here for the solar power. We have a DC output if we want to stick like a car charger in there, like a cigarette lighter charger. We also have USB-Cs, which are rated at 100 watts, 2 USB-As as well, and the sockets on each side. One of the great things about this is that sockets are actually inverted, because if you're someone like me with a massive charging block like this one or many others, you can plug it in and still have access to the other socket. Incredibly smart. The AC70 actually comes with a whopping 2000 watt lifting power, 1000 as standard, and it's got 268 watt hours for extra lifespan. All right, time for the moment of truth. Does it come with power? Oh, look at that. It comes charged at 58%. And oh my God, the interface on that is really clean. This power station will actually charge to 80% in 45 minutes flat, which is crazy fast. And if I want to go all the way up to 100%, then it will take 1.5 hours. And as we are going to use it to its full capacity today, I think we take it down to the house, get it charged to 100% so we can go for a walk and put it to its test completely off grid. Right, whilst we wait for the power station to charge up, I thought I would talk a little bit as to why we have narrowed it down to 2 fields. The main and obvious reason is because we are close to power and because we're right next to the house, and it's just a little bit more economical for us to build the campsite here. We are pretty much set now on option number 1 being what we're calling the triangle field, purely because with the barns right next to it, it makes a perfect location to build our toilet block that we can move if we need to, but it's just more optimal for it to be there. However, we do really like option number 2, which is why we decided to camp on it, just to make absolutely sure that we've made the right decision by choosing the triangle field. I know a lot of people have been eagerly awaiting the camping series to continue. However, with it being very close to winter, obviously we're at the end of autumn now, it's not really the best time to start working on it. That being said, we do actually have plans to convert one of the outer buildings into a reception, and that will likely be the next video that you see in this series as we start to build our campsite, which is still a crazy sentence to say in itself, but look forward to that renovation. All right, I've enjoyed watching the ponies for long enough. Let's go see if the battery's charged. Well, we got it up to 99%. I think that's good enough. Time to go completely off grid and check out the woods during autumn. And there's only one way to get there. Oh yes. Well, this is cozy, isn't it, Mark? By the way, this is Mark. Hi. You've not met him yet, and you'll be seeing a lot of Mark as he teaches me how to drive one of these things. Which I have to say, I honestly cannot wait for. What a beast this is. However, we have driven to, I suppose, the midpoint of the farm. I've got a big dent on my forehead where I would like to see how the autumn colours are looking. So let's get the drone out and see how many leaves are left on the tree. Well, that's no good. But the drone has just run out of battery. It's a good job I brought the AC70 so I can charge my drone on the go. And yes, that was cheesy, but a perfect segue. Interesting to see though that it's only using 30 watts to charge this thing. That's pretty cool. I actually really, honestly, like the fact that there's so many ports here because it allows me to charge so many things at once. Later on, when we cook dinner, I'm going to really put as much stuff into it as possible to see how much we can get going all at once off the battery, because this thing genuinely is going to be game changing. But right, as we can leave that in there to charge, it is my turn to learn how to drive this bad boy. The absolute blue beast. And in true irony, the battery on my GoPro is actually super low. So we're going to mount this into the windscreen and plug it in so I can actually film us in the cab. Look at that, perfect setup. Now all I have to do is learn how to drive a tractor. All right, so I'm in now. It's like a bounciest chair ever.
So, same as a car.
That's a big accelerator, isn't it?
You turn the key. That's it. Then just gently let your foot off the clutch, your foot off the brake, foot on the throttle, and that's it. You're driving.
Oh my god. It's very weird. I feel like I'm doing my driving lesson all over again, and it feels
really fast. Yeah.
I will say, the one thing is, it's incredibly comfortable. Yeah, surprisingly so, compared to like a car.
An air seat is quite, it takes a lot out. And now this, because this is an older tractor, we don't have what they call axle suspension on the front, which helps with the ride, or suspension, the cab, having cab suspension as well. Yeah. Like newer tractors have cab suspension and front suspension, as well as your air seat, and that makes it even more comfy.
The accelerator is weird to me.
Yeah, because he's quite stiff. No, because a lot of them work on, you're working on pivoting from your heel down.
Yeah.
And he's doing that, you're doing that with your foot, rather in the car you're a lot flatter with it.
Yeah, you're all pushed down.
You're going to come into this gateway, so you're going to have about that much to spare at either side.
You want me to go through the gate?
Why not? If you've got any doubts, all you do is put your foot on the clutch and brake like you would do with a car. But you're sort of looking behind you as to where you're going.
Let's go through this nice and slow then.
Yep, so just let your foot off the throttle, steady down, that's it. You're ticking over. You're about where you're driving now, it's roughly where you want to be, that's it. And then you just got to watch, you can see in the mirror, that bit there. You gently, that's it, just straighten up at that. Just watch it, not too much this way. Perfect, you've gone through straight. There you go, done it. And that's probably one of the, no, the next one up is a really narrow one, but that's, you can do, there you go. See it, and then you go up again. This is now a bit fairly smooth.
I can get used to this. So I should note, by the way, that Mark is in the most uncomfortable seat to sit in ever. He's just sat on the side of like a plastic panel.
It is on it's a plastic panel that doesn't fit my butt cheeks, basically. So you're just going to gently,
very slowly through this gate because it's incredibly tight.
That's it. About where you are is about the right position. You can just look in your mirrors and reference where you are. You should be right. And you're through. There you go. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
That was nice and easy, wasn't it?
Lots of that. Amazing. That
Simple.
was actually so much fun. I cannot wait to get back in that thing next year. I know as everyone's super excited for the more camping, campsite vlogs, but just you wait. Some of the stuff that we've got lined up is going to be so much fun and genuinely super entertaining for me at the very least. And I have to say another thank you to Blue Yeti for powering our little adventure there. The afternoon is actually starting to slip away from us now, so let's go back over to the tent and make some food. And whilst Jess cooks up a storm, I'm going to make this look lovely. First thing we need to do is get our lights so we can actually see. Now we have all the lights perfectly around the tent. If we plug this in, we have lighting, already looking magical. All we need now is a fire to keep us warm. Much better. That's what I'm talking about. I have wanted a fire pit forever, and now that I have a house and a garden, I can actually warrant buying one. Just listen to the crackle. Now we are all set up and I can actually relax for the evening. Well, I say relax, I'm actually going to be working. But before I get too comfortable, I believe Jess is ready to put the soup maker on, which is really going to put the Blue Yeti to test. So if we plug this in, okay, we have power. By the way, this is a blender and a soup maker, so it's going to blend it and heat it up and everything. It's genuinely amazing. There we go. The AC power has gone all the way up to 900. our DC output is currently at 110 because I've got my chargers for my drone. I've got Benji's tablet charging over there. I've got my MacBook charging, and I've got the cool box over there staying cool as well. The amount of stuff. Oh, and the lights, I forgot about that. I'll be interested to see how quickly this battery goes down as it cooks us our dinner. We're starting out on 93%, so in 20 minutes when the soup is ready, we'll see where we get to. 64%, halfway there, and it smells phenomenal. You can tell that it is now actually pitch black, and it is only 5 o'clock in the evening. Kept warm by the beautiful fire. And something that I actually forgot to mention earlier is that the charger cable that comes with this battery pack is one of these. It's just a standard one, like something that you'd put in like the back of a PC. And the great thing about this cable, and the reason I'm talking about it specifically, is because normally it has a big power bank on them, which makes it a real pain to transport around or replace down the line. One of the worst things about like laptop chargers is if you lose a cable for it, it's a real pain to get a replacement. But this, really good. And I have to admit, this is just as good. I cannot wait to set this place up as a campsite and invite you guys down here. Chill by the fire. It's going to be good times. But I believe the beeping sound means that it's done, which it is. So the survey says 55%. So we actually use what? 40-ish, just a little under 40%. Considering the amount of things that we have actually got hooked up to this battery right now, that is outstanding. So good. Highly recommend. Again, a big shout out to Bluetti. This is so cool. If you want to pick one up yourself, then make sure you check for a link in the description. I'll make sure it's a pinned comment as well. I'm all for this kind of stuff. I cannot wait to go camping all next year with this device. But dinner is ready. Oh, look at that. And as it is getting quite late now, we're going to have some food, chill out as the fire goes out, because I'm starting to lose light from that. I can't leave these up all night. I'm going to wrap up the video here, guys. So thank you again so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're looking forward to the next campsite video where we start actually renovating the shop and turning it into a reception. It's going to be a lot of work, but like I said, I cannot wait to get this campsite built up and ready for you guys to come down, see it, just have people on here. It's going to be really cool. And one final shout out again to Bluetti. I love this thing. It's all my kind of gear. I'm so stoked that they hooked to this. It's actually going to be so good to use off grid in general, like when we're working and stuff and putting tools on there. So I'm sure you'll probably see Bluetti featured in a lot of the vlogs for powering up some of my tools and stuff. But yeah, what a mint day. I got to drive a tractor. We set up the campsite. I got sent out a power station, which is so good. Wait until the summer. I'm gonna have to get some solar panels for that. That then we have hit peak. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Peace, much love. Bye. Test.
This microphone works.
Because they have sent me the...
Look at Mary.
Jesus, it sounds like it's gonna take off any moment. All right, now it stops. Typical. I could do this all day, mate, honestly.
Yeah, you can see why I love the job I do.